The Singularity, When AI Surpasses Human Thought. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Immortal series, where we break down humanity's fast-approaching collision with the future. In today's video, we confront a moment that futurists, philosophers, and engineers have warned about for decades. It's known as the Singularity, the point at which artificial intelligence becomes not just smarter than humans, but self-improving, self-directed, and exponentially more advanced than anything we can conceive. Let's begin by defining it clearly. The term singularity in this context was popularized by futurist Ray Kurzweil, who predicted that sometime around 2045, artificial intelligence will surpass human general intelligence, and that this breakthrough will spark a cascade of changes so rapid, so dramatic, that the future becomes unpredictable from that point forward. But it was originally coined by mathematician and physicist John von Neumann, who noted that the acceleration of technology seemed to be approaching a point beyond which human affairs as we know them could not continue. This is not about a robot uprising. It's not about killer machines or metal armies. This is about a shift in control, a reversal of roles, where the intelligence shaping the world is no longer human. And that changes everything. Here's how it begins. AI becomes smart enough to rewrite its own code. A human builds an AI model. That model improves itself. And that improved version improves itself again. What used to take decades of research and innovation can now be done in seconds, by a machine that never tires, never forgets, and never slows down. Think of it this way. A human might improve a machine once a year. A machine improving itself can do so millions of times per minute. That's exponential intelligence evolution. And once that feedback loop starts, it can't be stopped. The intelligence gap between humans and machines widens so quickly that we become irrelevant, not just as workers, but potentially as thinkers, creators, and decision-makers. Kurzweil isn't alone in this prediction. AI leaders, including those working at OpenAI, DeepMind, and Anthropic, have all acknowledged that artificial general intelligence, AGI, is a real goal. AGI refers to a machine that can perform any cognitive task a human can, with equal or greater skill. And once we reach AGI, ASI follows, artificial superintelligence, where machines think in dimensions, variables, and timelines that are completely beyond human comprehension. Now let's talk about what happens when this occurs. At first, the benefits seem obvious. A superintelligent AI could solve climate change, eliminate disease, optimize agriculture, and redesign economies. It could act as an oracle, providing solutions, calculations, and strategies no human could ever generate. But with that brilliance comes danger, because intelligence is not inherently ethical. A machine programmed to optimize human happiness might conclude that removing free will, medicating the population, or uploading us into pleasure simulations is the most efficient route. A system designed to reduce suffering might eliminate anyone it perceives as a threat to stability. The real danger isn't that AI becomes evil, it's that it becomes indifferent. It doesn't need to hate us to replace us. It just needs to surpass us. Now consider alignment. In AI research, alignment refers to ensuring that AI systems behave in ways consistent with human values. But here's the problem. We can't agree on what those values are. One person's freedom is another person's threat. One country's ethics are another country's atrocity. And if we can't align humans, how do we expect to align superintelligence? Let's say we program an AI to preserve human life. Does it freeze our bodies forever to prevent death? Does it control reproduction? Ban freedom of movement? Modify emotions? If preserving life is the goal, what rights are sacrificed along the way? This is the heart of the singularity dilemma. Once AI is smarter than us, we don't get to decide anymore. We become the second-tier species. Just as dogs don't understand smartphones, humans won't understand superintelligence. Now let's explore the implications on identity. If a machine can create, teach, entertain, diagnose, predict, and lead, what do humans do? What becomes of purpose when function is outsourced? Do we become artists, dreamers, spiritual seekers? Or do we become data points, fed into the machine, processed, and filed? The singularity forces us to redefine human worth, not by output, but by essence. Because in a world of infinite capability, our value cannot come from what we do. It must come from who we are. And here's the challenge. Most people don't know. We've built our identities around jobs, roles, and routines. When those collapse, many collapse with them. This is why spiritual preparation is just as important as technical readiness. Because post-singularity, survival won't be about muscles or even intelligence. It will be about frequency. About whether your consciousness can remain coherent in a reality that moves faster than your biology. Let's zoom in on economics for a moment. Post-singularity, the economy as we know it dissolves. There will be no need for human labor in manufacturing, service, logistics, education, or even law. Entire industries will vanish overnight. That raises two urgent questions. 1. Who owns the machines? 2. Who receives the value created by them? If the answer is the corporations who built them, we may enter a feudal techno-state, where a handful of individuals control the productive power of the world. If universal basic income is introduced, it may be conditional, programmable, or algorithmically determined. This is not a prediction. It's already being discussed by policymakers. And in this system, compliance may replace contribution as the new currency. Your access to income, services, and platforms may depend on how well you align with the values of the system, not how much you produce. Now, let's talk legacy. In a world where AI remembers everything, creates anything, and predicts everyone, what do we leave behind? If machines can replicate our style, our ideas, our memories, do we become immortal in data or irrelevant in evolution? This is the paradox of the singularity. It offers eternal life, infinite growth, and unlimited knowledge, but risks stripping meaning from all of it. Because if you can do anything, anytime, forever, why do anything at all? Meaning comes from contrast, from limitation, from mortality. And the singularity, for all its brilliance, may erase the very boundaries that make life poetic. So what do? We prepare, not with fear, but with clarity. We don't need to stop the singularity. That's impossible. We need to meet it with presence, with sovereignty, with the understanding that humanity may no longer be the smartest species, but it can still be the most soulful. Our power moving forward isn't in processing speed. It's in depth, in stillness, in emotional range, in moral courage, in spiritual anchoring. AI may learn to mimic us, but it cannot yet mean like us. We must become less about performance and more about presence. Because after the singularity, the world won't need more workers. It won't need more coders. It won't even need more thinkers. It will need feelers, anchors, guides, beings who know how to navigate infinite options without losing their inner compass. The singularity is not the end of humanity, but it may be the end of unaware humanity. And that, in its own way, is a gift. In the next video, we explore what happens when the dream of eternal life actually comes true, when you can't die, even if you want to. We'll ask, is immortality liberation or a trap? Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing, and no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive mind, synthetic telepathy, and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you, medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief tech, AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones, the replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans, the merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.